My name is Brady Finzel, like Dr. Patterson said, and I'm presenting on behalf of HypoSense. So to get started, let's meet the team. We have Mackenzie Green, Ashley Veo, Josh Clements, myself, and Brandon Duda. And I'd also like to give a huge shout out to our wonderful advisors, Dr. Forsyth and Dr. Joshi. So why did we choose this project? Well, this project is very personal to all of us, as we all have someone that suffers from diabetes, whether it be a close friend or a family member. And some of us have even had firsthand experience to the complications of diabetes. Diabetes is a global disease. Over 415 million people suffer from this disease. And what numbers shocked us was that only 25% of those people receive care and 6% achieve desired outcomes, which means they live a life free from diabetes-related complications. Now, as a team, we thought to ourselves, what can we do to create a device that can increase the number of received care and increase the number of achieved desired outcomes? So, diabetics suffer from two major conditions: hyperglycemia, which is high blood sugar, and usually occurs around 190 milligrams per deciliter, and hypoglycemia, which is low blood sugar. And that usually comes in around a glucose level of 70 milligrams per deciliter. As we dug into our research, we found lots of symptoms associated with hypoglycemia. And as we kept researching, we thought, what can we do with these symptoms? And what we found was symptoms like rapid pulse, sweating, and increased body temperature. So what we did, we went a little further and found, what can we do with those symptoms? So we asked ourselves, how might we use vital signs to detect the onset of nocturnal hypoglycemia for diabetics? Now, we decided to focus on nocturnal hypoglycemia because as a person is sleeping, the baseline for vital signatures is usually a general baseline or a general trend that we can work with to create an algorithm to find the abnormalities of these symptoms when they occur. So the vital signs we decided to pursue were blood pressure, heart rate, tremors, body temperature, and perspiration. Now, the symptoms associated with those vital signs included a spiked blood pressure, rapid pulse, shakiness, an increase in body temperature, and sweating. So as of right now, we kind of went forward with these 5 vital signs, and we've tried to find a trend or correlation between a normal range and a hypoglycemic range. So as soon as we're on that right now, so now we go on to the design. With the design, we want to be able to detect a nocturnal hypoglycemic event using vital signs. So what we need are the best sensors available to us. But in order to use the sensors, we need to place the sensors in the proper places. And that's where wearability comes in. It's important, even if we have the best sensors in the world, it's important they're placed in the proper place. Because if they're not placed in the proper place, then they will not be able to give us the best data that we can use moving forward. Now that we can detect, we must alert our patient. This is important because while the person is asleep, it's important we wake them up, whether they're a light sleeper, moderate sleeper, or a heavy sleeper. But it's also important that we don't unnecessarily awaken a sleeper while they might not need to be tended to. Then comes in cloud connectivity. This is important because while we detect the data, we also need to send the data through an algorithm to detect if the person is experiencing a hypoglycemic event. Now, we also want to use this data and send information via Bluetooth through a secure network to second and third parties, such as family members and medical services, in case the person does need to be hospitalized. It's important that the medical services can use the data we have to get started on the patient as soon as possible. So, as of right now, we have 5 vital signs. Now, moving forward, we don't know if we're going to pursue these 5 vital signs, go with 4, or go with 3. We do know we want to use as much as possible to get the best data that we can get. So, as of right now, we found normal ranges, the hypoglycemic ranges, and the correlations between each. And now we must determine the sensor types, determine an alert system, finalize locations on the body for these sensors, finalize ranges for the vital sign measurements, and develop an algorithm to make association between the changes in vital signs and hypoglycemia. And that is all I have for you guys. Thank you for your time.